You are listening to the Fit Figure Formula podcast. I help female perfectionists beat self-sabotage and lose the weight for good using the Fit Figure Formula coaching program. I'm your host, Stephanie Riles, registered dietitian, personal trainer, and mindset transformation coach. If you've been struggling with all or nothing thinking, negative self-talk, or self-sabotage, this is the podcast for you. Learn how to get consistent and become the best version of yourself from the inside out. So let's get started. Hello, ladies. I'm Coach Steph, registered dietitian, personal trainer, and mindset transformation coach, and I help female perfectionists to beat self-sabotage and lose the weight for good. So what does that mean? That means that I help my overachievers, my overthinkers who are struggling in their weight loss journey. You may have some fear of failure. You may have some fear of success. You may have been on a weight loss journey for quite some time and you're not sure how to get unstuck. And I help you do that by teaching you how to master your macros, master your nutrition, but also how to manage your mind and how to stop self-sabotaging. A lot of times what I hear from potential clients is, I am my biggest obstacle. It's me versus me, and I keep stopping. I keep, either overthinking it, or I burn myself out, or I start really well, but I don't finish. And I help you stop that and get really consistent with building a lifestyle. So I teach my clients not just to build one meal for the day, right? I don't give meal plans. I hate writing meal plans. Okay. Y'all always are like, oh, you're a dietitian. Do you write meal plans? No, I am going to teach you how to eat for your body. I'm going to teach you how to build a lifestyle and a system for yourself that facilitates your highest and best self from the inside out. And what that means is we're going to look at your schedule. We're going to look at the way that you think. We're going to look at the story that you're telling yourself. We're going to look at how to manage taking action and staying motivated or developing discipline. And that is going to help you be successful long term. So no more diets, no more cutting out foods, no more skipping meal times because we don't know what to eat. So we just won't eat anything at all. My clients eat more food, not less. So topic is 5 simple things that you can do for big weight loss results. My first tip is choosing leaner protein. So this is what I see pretty much 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 is when a new client comes in, I do not change everything week 1. I'm like, okay, let's assess what you're already eating. And most of the time what I'm seeing is y'all are not eating enough protein, but you're eating too many high fat protein options, which is pushing you over your calorie allotment. So it's like I'm not eating that much food. I'm not eating that much volume of food, but somehow I can't lose weight. And it's probably because you're choosing higher fat protein options. So fat has double the calories of carbohydrates and protein. So that's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that you need to understand. So if I have a cut of meat that is protein, right? All meat, animal flesh is protein, and it has a lot of fat. Like if you're doing like chuck roast or something like that, it has a lot more fat. So you're going to get a good amount of protein, but you're also going to get a lot of fat, which means that it's going to be higher in calories, which means that you can eat a not so big portion and still get a ton of calories because the calories are more condensed when we're talking about fat, right? But if you were to pick the same size cut of meat and you were to make sure that you choose a leaner option, you'd probably get the same amount of protein or more with less calories. Okay. And this is going to help a lot of you by just choosing leaner protein options. And this also can include eggs as well. So 2 eggs is a serving of protein. And I have my clients, if you're not a big fan of like just plain egg whites, because I don't love just plain egg whites, but what I will do is take 1 whole egg and then do maybe 3 to 4 egg whites so that I have a little fat in there because the fat's in the yolk. Instead of having, 3 or 4 whole eggs, I'm just having 1 whole egg with like 3 or 4 egg whites. So that's going to be a concentrated source of protein because you're putting in the egg whites, and I'm leaving in one of those yolks just for palatability sake, right? So this is another way that you can choose protein options that are leaner. So that's going to give you more protein. It's not going to take up as many calories because it has less fat in it. All right, so choosing leaner protein options. And this is also going to help you to not only get less calories, you're actually going to be able to eat more food, because a lot of what I see is you're eating too many calories, but you're still not hitting your protein goal. So once you pick a leaner source of protein, a leaner source of meat, let's say, you are freeing up some calories and you can fill back in those calories with protein. Okay, because we don't want to eat too little. We don't want to eat too much. We want to eat in a certain calorie range. I usually give my clients 100 plus or minus the number that I give them. So let's say I say, hey, your calorie target's 1700. You can eat anywhere between 1800 and 1600, somewhere in there. So when you choose leaner meat, you can actually eat more volume because you're not having as much fat, because you're freeing up some of those calories and you can fill them back up with protein items so you can hit your protein goal. Okay. So this is going to be really satisfying because a lot of times when we're eating enough protein, we have less sugar cravings. We are not super hungry at night. I feel like I have a lot of clients who are like, I'm so hungry in the evening, and that's when I go on my like sugar binges, right? So just make sure that you are choosing, looking on the label for your meat. So one thing that I did, I showed this example a long time ago. I did a pre-plan in MyFitnessPal and I was making burgers. So you can make burgers, right? You can make tacos, same stuff that y'all be getting from Whataburger or whatever. You can make that at home. And I wanted to fit in a burger, but at first I think I had like the 80-20 meat or something like that. And I had to go down to the 93-7, where it's a leaner choice of ground beef. Now, I could have also done turkey. I'm not a big fan of ground turkey, so I just used beef, but the leaner version. And then I was able to fit in my burgers, no problem, right? So you can still eat foods that you normally eat that are still satisfying. You're going to be able to eat a little bit more volume because it's going to have less fat to free up some calories, okay? That's simple hack number one. Choose the leaner option versus the more fatty option. Number two, protein pasta. So a lot of times, again, I'm seeing new clients come in and they are eating too much fat, which means they're eating too many calories. They're not getting enough protein, but a lot of times they're also overdoing carbohydrates as well. So what you can look for, and this is what I have my clients look for all of their carbohydrate items, they're looking for 3 grams of fiber or more for their carbohydrate item. And then if they're doing something like pasta, protein pasta, my favorite brand is Banza pasta. And I think it has like 20 grams of protein per serving or something like that. Like, not only you're going to feel more satisfied, but also you can't taste the difference. I can't taste the difference. And if you have tried one and you didn't like it, because I think I have tried some that I didn't like, I just chose a different brand and I found one that I really liked. So this is going to help you reach your protein goal as well, because a lot of y'all are under eating protein. It's a simple hack. So instead of getting the regular pasta, you just switch that out for a protein pasta. You can still use the same amount in volume. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing your portions, of course. But if you take portion for portion, you're going to get more protein. You're going to feel more satisfied. Your macros are going to be more balanced and you're going to be able to see better results. Okay. Number 3, this is a hack that I recently decided that I wanted to do for myself, was beans versus white rice. So I'm not really a rice girl, but in like burrito bowls and stuff like that, like you're supposed to put some rice in there, right? And I didn't want quinoa. So I was like, well, what can I use instead of rice? Rice doesn't particularly taste good to me. It's just like a filler for me. If you like rice, go for it. But if you want to, number one, add some protein and add a little bit more fiber, beans are a really good option instead. So that is a quick little switch that I've been doing in some of my bowls that I make. And so instead of putting rice, I'm swapping it out with another starch that actually has more proteins, which is beans, and that really works for me. Number 4 is water versus soda. So this is a simple one. This is a no-brainer. I was actually coaching a client last night who was talking about she went out to eat and she wanted to get water, but she ended up not getting water. She got soda instead. And we coached around how to make and manage those few seconds when the waitress says, "What would you like to drink?" It's not a big thing. You literally go in and order water versus soda, but you have to practice doing that. But those few seconds are really important because if you have a habit of drinking soda, the cup is huge. I don't know how y'all are drinking like these big jugs of soda. I want you to practice picking beverages that do not have calories. Or if you're going to get the soda, because I don't ever tell my clients don't get something, get a smaller version. Okay. If you normally get a Route 44, get a smaller version, right? And then gradually switch over to anything that does not have any calories, whether that's water, sparkling water, infused water, which has like fruit or lemon in it, some herbal tea or something like that. Or if you just have to have the soda, get a small soda. One thing that I practiced with one of my clients was I called it, but first water. So it's okay. You can have soda because she was like kind of addicted to soda. And I said, I'm not going to tell you not to have soda, but you can have soda or make a pact with yourself to drink a certain amount of ounces of water first. Like, let me hit my water goal first. And then if I want soda after that, then I can have a small soda. So it's prioritizing your water goal. It is prioritizing your health and using your skill that you already have, which is procrastination. So you can do that with yourself so that you can actually get in your water goal. And that's going to help you with hunger because you're going to be actually hydrated because soda doesn't really hydrate you. Lemonade, all of that. That's why I never get lemonade because like I just want to drink more and more lemonade. The more lemonade that I drink, the more that I want. And I don't like that. I don't like how I feel. And I'm sure you don't either. You don't like how you feel after you've gone through the drive-thru and you've eaten all that food and you drank a whole big soda and now you just don't feel good in your body. You don't like that either. And I need y'all to think more about that feeling because a lot of times we're just so hungry and we're like, hey, I just need something to eat, right? And in the Fit Figure formula, I help you with your schedule so that you're not getting so hungry, so that you're not making great choices. But that's one swap that you can do. Water versus soda, or even just a non-caloric beverage. That is one small shift that you can make. So we talked about choosing a leaner version of your protein, picking protein pasta, beans versus white rice, water versus soda. And then the 5th tip is just make it at home. So I talked earlier about my burger that I had. If you make a burger at home, it's going to have less calories. It's going to have more nutrients likely than a burger that you're going to eat at a restaurant or through the drive-thru. This is true for like tacos, if you're eating steak, whatever it is, like make it at home. And burgers is one of those things that's super easy to prep. You can prep some burgers, right? Even if you don't like reheated meat, you can still make the patties and then just heat and eat later on in the week if you don't like to eat reheated meat. So think about that. Let me know if this was helpful. This is kind of quick because I have to go pick up my son here in a little bit. If you have questions, DM me. And I think that's it. Hopefully this was helpful and I will see y'all on the next one. Thanks for listening to the Fit Figure Formula podcast. If you're new here and you're struggling with your fitness journey, I invite you to take a super simple next step. Click the link in the show notes for a free training. If listening to this podcast has been helpful, imagine being inside the Formula Coaching Program. You can apply for coaching with the link in the show notes. I hope to see you inside.